Hello and welcome to another episode of Slam TV. Today we have a very special for you folks. We're going to be talking about credit cards and credit card finance charges. Luckily for you guys, we have a very special guest with us here today. He's known as the finance phenomenon. He's the credit card king. He'll compound your interest. He's
Thank you very much.
How's it going, buddy?
Pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing well.
Oh, I got this notification.
What is this notification about?
From my credit card. I got a finance charge, I guess.
Oh, what did you buy?
Well, a pet.
Was it a dog?
No.
A cat?
No.
A rat?
No.
A hamster?
No.
A unicorn?
No.
You didn't get one of those Southeast
Mongolian
spotted albino mongoose. You got one of those? No way!
Yeah, it's the best.
Dang it, so jealous.
Of course, it's the best, except my snake is missing. I don't know when it went to.
How bad is the finance charge?
It was $3.56.
Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we teach our students how this finance charge was calculated?
Sure. Finance charge for credit card is just simple interest.
Why don't you tell our students, or remind our students of what the simple interest formula was?
Sure. Simple interest is just the fee that they charge you for borrowing their money. It's determined by how much you borrow, how long you borrow it for, and the interest rate.
Cool.
And in the formula, it's known as I is equal to PRT.
So P is what?
P is the principal, that's how much you borrow.
R is what?
R is the interest rate, usually given in percent.
T is what?
T is time, that's given in years.
It has to be in years?
It has to be in years.
But my credit card statement is usually like less than a month.
Right, that's why you have to convert that into years.
I have to convert days into years.
Right.
Ah. Okay, and what was the I?
I is interest, that's basically the fee that they charge you.
Oh, okay. So as long as I can calculate simple interest, I can pretty much figure out this finance charge.
Exactly.
All right, cool. Well, it seems like we need to figure out sort of how many days your billing cycle is. I was thinking maybe we could show our students some examples of how we can count the number of days from like this date to this date.
Right, when you look at your credit card statement, usually it says billing cycle is from this date to this date. So for example, let's say it went from September 4th to September 9th. How many days would that be?
Well, one thing I could do is I can count it on my fingers, right? So it could be like 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th.
That'd be 6 days?
That'd be 6 days.
Okay.
But if I subtract the two, if I get September 9th minus September 4th, that's 5. But I guess you're not counting that first day, right?
Right, so you have to be careful with that then.
Okay. What about if we go from September 26th to October 20th?
Well, that'll make things a little bit more complicated because then there's a September 30, and then let's have 31st, and then you have to go to October 1st, right?
Isn't there some way that I can like use my knuckles to help me count the number of days in a month?
Right. I think you start from here.
Uh-huh.
So there's a knuckle and there's a valley.
Right.
So knuckle is the high, which is like the months that higher number of days.
January,
and then
February, March, April, May, June, July, August,
September.
It's a low one.
That means it only has 30 days.
Ah, got it.
Gotcha.
All right, so we're going from the 26th to the 30th. How many days is that?
5 days.
And then from there, we go from the October 1st to the 20th.
Right. So you can't just subtract October 20 minus 1, that's 19.
Right.
But as I said before, you actually didn't count the first day, so it's actually 20 days.
That makes perfect sense that from October 1st to October 20, there'd be 20 days.
Clearly, yes.
Cool. So how many days did we just say?
It was 25 days?
If I want to convert those 25 days to years, how do I do that?
Right. How many days are there in a year, by the way?
It depends on the year.
Right, it's just normal year.
365.
Right, so 25 days out of 365 days, in order to convert that, it's basically 25 divided by 365.
Oh, that makes sense. That would be the number of years that 25 days is.
Right, because when you plug in numbers into formula, you have to convert your time into year.
Got it. So I think we've taken care of that time piece.
Right.
What was the interest rate?
Interest rate was 20%. It's pretty high, but
20%.
I know. I could have gotten cheaper, but it's just 20%. I'm trying to stimulate the economy, I guess.
Oh, you're going to save the economy with your spending.
Exactly.
Your mongoose spending.
Right.
Cool. What about that last piece, that principal piece? What is the principal going to be for our
That's a little tricky because that's how much you borrow. But I had an unpaid balance of $100 before. I bought
You're
this
the
mongoose.
finance phenomenon.
I know.
Yeah, you have an unpaid balance?
I know. It was summer. I was going out too much.
I got it.
You know how it is.
I got it. Okay.
So it was at some point it was $100, and then I bought the mongoose. Now it's $300.
Oh, so your balance changed during the billing cycle.
Right.
So then how do you give one number for the principal if your balance is changing?
Right. That's why it's a little more complicated. So instead of looking at like $100 and $300 separately, what we're gonna do is we're gonna calculate this and call it daily average balance.
Average daily balance?
Yes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I knew what you meant. I didn't understand what you said.
Exactly.
Right. Average daily balance. Yes. And how is average daily balance calculated?
So basically, it's a weighted mean.
Ah.
I'm sure you guys all remember weighted mean, right?
Yes, I remember weighted
Okay.
mean.
So for weighted mean, we need the weight and we need the score.
Okay. What are the weights?
Weights are days in this particular example.
So the number of days that your balance was $100,
Right.
and then the number of days your balance was $300?
Exactly.
Okay. What are the scores?
Scores are basically your balance.
Oh, okay.
So at some point it was 100, and at some point it was 300. So basically, if you owed more money for more days, your number is going to come out bigger.
I see.
If you
The
owed,
average daily balance will be higher.
exactly.
Okay. Got it. Why don't we collect all this information into a table
All right.
and calculate this weighted mean? So I have this table here. Can you explain to me how we calculate the weighted mean by using this table?
Sure. So look at the first column. It's number of days. That's your weight. We have 5 and 20. And then balance, that's your score, basically your score. We have 100 and 300. So I'm going to multiply the weights and the score. So 5 times 100, that will give you 500.
Right.
And then the second row, I have 20. So it's 20 times 300, that will give you 6,000.
Oh, okay. So then the sum of all the weights times the scores is?
$6,500.
Cool. And what about the denominator? How do
So
you
denominator, you have to add up all the weights. In this case, the number of days. So that we counted 25 days, right?
Right. Got it.
So if you put them all together, it's 6,500 over 25. As a result, you get 260.
Oh, okay. So on average, your balance was $260.
Right, because sometimes I owe $100, sometimes I owe $300, and on average, I owe basically $260 every day.
Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. So Jay, it seems like we've put together all these different pieces. We have the principal.
Right.
We have the
Interest
rate. We've converted the time.
Right.
We can put all this together to calculate the finance charge using the simple interest formula, right?
Okay, I think we can do that.
Okay, cool. So can you lead us through this calculation where we
Sure.
calculate your finance charge?
Again, is I is got the PRT, I is the interest that they charge you. That's what we were trying to calculate. And then P is the principal we just calculated. It was $260. R is the interest rate, 20%.
Can I just multiply by 20?
Actually, for your calculation, you have to convert the percent to decimal.
Do I always have to do that?
For calculation reasons, yes.
Okay.
So it's going to be 0.20. And the last part is T, which is the time. It's 25 days. But again, you have to convert that into a year. So it's 25 over 365.
Got it.
Right.
So when you multiply all that together, we get?
$3.56.
Cool.
So they're good. They didn't overcharge me this time.
Oh, excuse me, hold on. I got a notification.
What's that for?
Oh, my mongoose has arrived.
What? You got a mongoose too?
Oh, yeah.
What kind?
I got a Northwest Tibetan hairless gluten-free mongoose.
Do you have a picture?
You want to see?
Playdate!